This week's episode of the Deckchair and Yumz podcast is brought to you by Hairless Whispers. Connor, you know one of the biggest problems we have now in 2022, it's not the global pandemic or all the new variants of COVID. It's not the fact that Australia's kicking people out. It's not the fact that Boris Johnson had a party and said he wasn't having a party and then said he was having a party and then wasn't at the party. And it's not the fact that Prince Andrew's not a prince anymore. And it's not the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell's been fucking found guilty but nobody knows what the fuck's happening. It's the fact that we're the only podcast in Northern Ireland not sponsored by a hair removal company. And I'm fucking sick of it. Thankfully, we have the solution for you. Have you got a hairy beaver? Does your ball bag look like a sweet's been kicked under a sofa? Worry not. If you go to www.hairlesswhispers.com/yums, Connor Keys will come around to your house and shave your fanny for you. Play the fucking intro. Yeah, what's up, motherfucker? Didn't really write the ad for that one. I was listening to George Michael this morning. I thought that's funny. Could have been so good together.
That is a job I would take on, and I would relish.
Does she have a beaver?
Well, of course I would.
I don't know if I had people to do it,
but I wouldn't want to put it back in the river again. You know what I mean?
You'd have to spread the lips, and the only thing you spread's COVID.
Oh, here! Don't say I never give you nothing.
I know you actually did. But I watched the video back of you wiping sweat under my nose, and then 5 hours later I was like, phone the hospital.
It's amazing how things spread, isn't it?
You're all very welcome to the Antibody Podcast. Ain't got no booster. Ain't got no fever. Didn't lose no taste. But I shaved your beaver.
I did.
I don't know. I tested positive 10 days ago, obviously, because I'm out of the house. But I only had faint wee positive lines in my tests.
My first one was a faint line.
A faint line. I only had faint lines and then just big fat negatives the last 4 days.
My day.
Fucking vitamin D and Frosties. And I bait it.
I'm nearly sure that's what the hospital does give you if you're
way
in
home
intensive care.
Way home and a bowl of Frosties.
And vitamin D.
Way home and a bowl of Frosties. You're all right. They're great. Yeah, so we're back in the studio now. Should we talk about what COVID's like?
Yeah,
a piece of piss.
Let's talk about the
I didn't think it was
fourth worst cold I've ever had.
I didn't think it was a hoax until last Tuesday. I was like, fuck it, it's real. And then I got it. I was like, is that it? Is this fucking...
There's a lot of questions to be asked as to how the fuck did we shut everything down for sniffles?
If two fat fucking smokers are like... Hello, in fairness,
the amount of comorbidities I have, holy sweet fuck, I know. Gone.
When you got it, I was like, don't say anything, but I don't think... I'm going to have to find someone else to do this podcast. I'm like, Connor, before you walk into the light, show me how to work out Roadcaster. It's weird now. I will say this. It's fucking insane how quickly Omicron does actually spread. Because see, when you had said to me about getting it at that gig, and you were like, and on the way home, I was going, I don't know, man. He's had it before. He's had it. I was like, he's definitely had it, and didn't know when the symptoms kicked in that evening or whatever. I left here after the podcast last week feeling fine. Said night night to my girlfriend and all, like, see you in the morning, whatever, right? And then about 11 o'clock. I was like, why am I freezing?
That's exactly the same time it happened to me about 11 o'clock at night.
My hands and feet, I was lying in bed, my hands and feet were like, fucking Jesus Christ, fucking right. And then
Isn't that weird?
I'll be honest with you, right? I was kind of slobbering a wee bit because I text James like, money feeling alright or like what? I was like, are you okay?
But the first that first feeling that I had that night at that gig, it's a weird one because it's not a COVID symptom. So being weak and shivering is not a symptom. There's no symptoms in there, so you're like, what the fuck else is this?
See what was insane? I had a really bad cold before Christmas, right? And I had more COVID symptoms with that cold than I did when I had fucking COVID.
So it's changing now, but
fucking we're all allowed back out and fucking fair play to Boris now. Tell you what, all it takes is a load of accusations about being a lying bastard, and he goes, "Do you want to go back out?" Hey, I'm cool, Boris Johnson.
You gotta be.
I like the party. I don't.
Only a non-alcoholic drinks reception.
Oh, why? Yeah, of course, that's what happens. Yeah.
There was no drinks.
I didn't know it was a party. He's thinking, it's Alec Baldwin. I didn't know. I went into the garden and people were drinking wine and having a good time and rolling around and kissing, and I thought, business meeting. Typical fucking Tories. Like, I walked outside and someone was making love to a young boy, and I thought, well, what a business meeting this has turned out to be.
But they seem...
I walked out into my garden and Michael Gove was wrecking 2 lines of coke in a mirror, and I thought, well, he's working hard. Bum, 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 bum. What a fucking bunch of tools. I hate the Tories. I don't know if you listen to this podcast, you know I do not like fucking Tories. And if you like Tories, I think you're a cunt. But I fucking can't believe the balls of them. The balls of those cunts the last 3 weeks to be like, wasn't a party. Like, I mean, it was a carryout. It was praise. It's not a party that somebody calls you a dick and then starts a fight. No, that's not a party. Fuck, I'm not a party, like.
But they seem to have forgot all the other things that people seem to turn up to last year.
Like what? Like that hotel where I could find?
The hotel you could find, the Euros.
Are you sticking up for the Tories? Because I will fucking end this podcast right now.
No. I am sticking up for the people. Because everybody had to fucking suffer through all this, yeah. But there was other cons that did it. This is what I hate how they do it. It's like, oh, it's just the Tories that broke the rules. No, Varadkar was seen in fucking Phoenix Park drinking tins with his mates.
I know.
In the middle of lockdown. There was loads of cons.
By the way, how scummy is that? Like, how much has that come down a year? I'll go into the shop now and get us 6 cans, lads. Anyone like to suck a cock? No.
you need to have fucking Varadkar salary to buy a fucking drink down south.
Here,
Did
fucking
you see
hell.
that?
Tell you what a resurgence we're going to have though. People border hopping now. It used to be French letters, now it's fucking cans.
Yous are obviously closer to the border than ourselves in regards to Newry and stuff, but
you're closer to the border here than I am.
No, but I mean like having a big shopping place. Like,
right, okay.
So I mean, Newry must be mental.
Yeah, definitely.
Like in the non-stop southern cars.
Friar Tuck's starting to sell cans.
That's so ridiculous. See the price of them.
I seen a few things online of people going out and like bulk buying booze before it got dear. A guy bought like a year's supply of. Do you know? It's one of those beers that like it's obviously European, but every time I see it, it's not Skull, or it's like a weird brand where I go, that just reminds me of festivals.
Right.
Like, what do you call that beer that you always see down so like the gold? There's like a gold can.
Oh yeah, I know what you're on about. I can't remember the name of it.
But basically this bloke bought like a trolley worth. In fact, he was like, it's a year's supply, and I was looking at it going, that's not a year. Like,
not a year.
I mean, I might do it a fucking May. That's not a fucking year.
Oh, there was some fucking hopping across the border, boy. And boots full of fucking tenants.
Aye. Fucking hell, I've been up north. Jeez.
You know there'll be boys down selling it, like from car parks down in the south.
Aye, 100%.
Because you're still probably you would still make a profit taking it down south and selling it like €10 cheaper than the store. You're still going to be doing.
It's going to completely ruin Ireland's sort of international reputation as being big drinkers as well. Hey, my God, I went to Ireland. Everyone was sober and sad. There was no crack August Cole.
As opposed to being drunk and sad.
Aye. Yeah, we'll see all these Irish people with good skin and all. It's going to be such a shite thing for tourism.
Gentrification for you.
See some guy some fella leaned on a fucking fence looking like fucking Brad Pitt. How's it going there? I haven't had a can in 6 days. Look at me. I look fucking amazing. My gums don't bleed. I'm off the facts. I've started running.
Last week I had no teeth.
I had no teeth. My teeth grew back. My fucking teeth grew back because I haven't had a fucking can in 4 days now.
Do you know when the crack really starts? When we get the minimum unit pricing.
Don't ever say that to me.
Well, again. Scotland has done it. Obviously,
Scotland needed it. Scotland have a lot of alcoholics. We don't
have alcoholics. No.
Right, no, but the thing about it is we had a violent war for a long time, so they need to keep us lubricated. Like
it's PTSD.
Like I remember at the start of the pandemic, they closed off licenses and then went open them. Well, they were closed for a day.
They closed them for a day and realized, we'll not be able to do this pandemic unless we open off licenses.
I wouldn't have been able to do it. Fucking. Nobody imagine doing that whole thing stone cold sober.
Imagine all them teachers not being able to drink wine in the middle of the week. It'll be a fucking riot.
5 o'clock somewhere. It says here on my fucking international watch. 5 o'clock somewhere. Wine time, everybody.
Wine time.
Come on here, it's Chardonnay. Sweet girl out of my class.
She's pouring the drinks for me tonight.
Fucking right, she's looking a part-time job to feed the kids.
She's on work experience in my house.
I was thinking this thing that I'm going to try and do for stand-up. I don't know if it's very offensive, but I wrote down in my stand-up book the other day that health and social care in school was like rehab for teenage hers. Did you? Right now, you're a bit older than me. So was health and social care a thing when you were in school?
It was, but not in our school.
Right.
We went to a smart school.
Well, I went to I was in the smart class. I went to working class school, obviously. Not like you, fucking privately educated, probably playing polo. I mean,
Water polo, actually.
Fucking still rides the wife's side saddle. But
After?
Connor puts his dick in like he's playing golf. And he got there. Fucking, oh, bogey. But I just always remember that everybody in our school that did health and social care would come in that September like, fucking, that's it. I'm studious now. I've got a file and a new school bag, and it's new year, new me. It's all, and I remember looking at these girls being like, you've been fingered by everybody in school. And I don't mean everybody in school, I mean everybody in school. And I remember a crowd of us literally watching a teenage boy finger a teenage girl, just like. Like, I was asking James about it. Like, the school I went to was like kind of fucking rough, and I don't know if I've dreamt that, but I remember being like, is he fingering her? And the guy was trying to give her Dixie, like, oh, you're so tight. She's like, I'm a darn eye.
I think you've added that, but I
guess a draw.
You might have been a wee bit of embellishment there.
She definitely wasn't telling everybody had her.
No,
she had her paid a year
in an all-boys
she loved it.
She was a straight A student, but she was repeated the year.
Straight A, because that's what all she said. She got all G's in her GCSEs because she was it's good to be out of the house, isn't it?
We only ever got to see that sort of stuff at a disco because in an all-boys school, when you finger a boy, then nobody wanted to watch.
Do you think I would love to know if that still goes on, not in a perverted way, but I do still hope that in this day and age, like 16-year-old fellas are having to finger like with like down jeans. I somehow for some reason I feel now that with
there's a life skill in that, like there's a learning,
exactly. There's a lot of
yeah.
And I think it disappeared once they got rid of a choke on cars. I think that's when it kind of started to disappear.
That's what it done, yeah. You didn't have to do a choke anymore.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure my dad's class had fingered him because he would just know how to work a choke. When it came to fuck me, do you mean? And like especially
if you immersion heater, you can work it easily.
Yeah, and especially now with automatic cars, your girls don't even know how to do hand jobs anymore.
No good.
Do you know what I mean? They're all doing hand jobs like that. Because they're clearly driving Maseratis. That's how in touch with the youth I am. But I do.
My car has them actually.
We flappy panel gearbox, is it? I learned that from Top Gear. Flappy panel gearbox.
Flappy panel gearbox. Yeah, that's for when you want to go manual.
Is it automatic?
I want to race. You want to race.
Mine still has just a stick shift.
You love that touching.
I love it. I fucking. There's nothing I love better than using a clutch, boy. And keep all my stuff in it. The lipstick and all.
So, do you think somebody sent us a message a while back saying bring back fingering, and we talked about that. I mean, it's
a lost art.
That's what you're talking about is the jeans sort of scenario. Because what they meant was it's not that it's stopped. It's just only the act of that.
Yeah, I feel now that kids these days,
these fucking young ones
are so sexually proficient that they don't mind opening their jeans.
I know
where they're standing. No, and I'm like, you're not meant to do it. You're meant to make him work for it. It's more a case of if somebody comes around and catches it, you're meant to be able to just quick withdraw. No one knows.
Yes.
Right? But now they're all into squirting and shitting on each other. I don't think you can get away with it. Like, if somebody came around the corner and you're fucking squatting over some young fella.
You need to be stealthy. Like,
aye.
You need to get
what are you doing?
Nothing. Drop my pencil.
Nothing at all. Like, I don't know, do young men still give it that one? Oh, well.
I'd say so.
I still do. Even sometimes when I'm on my own.
But I imagine there's more of an independence now with the younger,
just fingering themselves
with the younger girls. So I would like to think that they're maybe not doing that now. If you think of when you went to school and the difference now, a bit more savvy and more aware.
That's what I'm saying. They're coming in. I've already got a butt plug in. Be easy. Do you know what I mean? They're all. It's too available.
Yeah.
It should be a struggle.
Stick them all fucking gear.
Not a struggle. That's a bad fucking.
That's the wrong.
Yeah, I didn't mean like that. Nah. But you know, it should be a. Don't. Go on, just let me. Go on. No,
that's still rip, Mike.
Somebody's coming. Like, It'll be you in a minute. Bet you it won't.
Yeah, I can guarantee it won't be.
Me and Teddy, you're 16 years of age. You've about 10 years before you cause one of them, big lad.
I'll be going home to put soda cream on it.
To be honest with you, I think I'll have come and I won't have. I'll just be able to lost the feeling in my clit because you were rubbing it like you're fucking Fat Boy Slim.
Fucking remixing
You rubbed my bean like your coin didn't go into the vending machine. You were giving it that wee fucking... It's like rubbed my clit like you're trying to put a cheat code in that PlayStation.
No need for the other fingers.
Fuck me, would you go easy? It's R2, circle, circle. You don't need to fucking rub the arrows like that, you animal. Start on fingering early. Fucking, it is roasting in here.
It is warm, but yeah, I mean, that's just because you're talking about fingering, that's what it is.
That's just a week in the house on my own. Just thinking, I wonder if people still finger.
It's the philosophical end of your life that I'd be jealous of.
Because I always remember do you know like the first fella that a finger would come in and tell the rest of the boys how to do it? And he didn't want to make himself sound nervous about doing it. Because the first time you finger a girl, I don't care what anybody says, you're terrified.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The only good thing about the first time you finger the girl is that for her it might feel nice because your hands are shaking.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, I can't believe I fucking do this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to let me finger.
It's literally a human vibrator.
See the first time you ever felt a tit? Mm-hmm. I remember the first time I felt a tit, a girl was like going ahead. Like she was very much like...
What fucking sort of place is Lurgan? Why didn't you go to this place?
Lurgan? Everybody knows that. It was at a disco where we're like going with each other, right? Well, and like, I kind of done that weird thing where you're like, you go, oh, face, oh, I'm a nice boy. And then you kind of rub the back of your hand on the ditty to be all, okay, I care
about what happens.
I just stopped kissing, she went, do you want to feel my tits? And I was like,
that is unreal.
Yes, please. She's like, go on ahead.
I was going out with a girl when I was 16 and I felt her tip, but I still don't know if she's okay with it.
Well, yeah, the thing about it was, see, I'm mad about consent, but the thing about it was, I remember feeling the tit and going, I don't know how to do this. Like, I was just like, thank you.
Yeah, nobody teaching, well, apart from...
Do you know what I mean? No, fucking hell. Jesus Christ, I can't even fucking carry a purr without giving a wee squeeze. Sir? You know, a wee top of a purr, I only have ditty-shaped fruits in the house.
Oh, I remember.
The occasional banana, just to keep the reflexes going.
There's a do you know when you're younger?
What the fuck am I doing?
And there's loads of stories going about different, boys doing this and girls doing this or whatever. Mm-hmm. So one of the stories going about was a fella who was with a girl down in the local riverbank, as you would see.
Yes, of course,
that was our spot, the RB, and down the RB, and was getting down to the curtain, getting into, in early days, and no bad stuff, and was hands up the jumper,
right,
groping the diddy-roo, and he was like, oh my fucking God, no bra, happy days. And then after a couple of minutes, he said he moved his hand up and felt the bra.
What, did you have a cyst or something?
She's a big unit, and yeah. So for a while he was just stroking stomach.
I remember him going to a big unit in the dark, and I went, I don't know if I sucked her tit or her hip. I remember that happened to me one time.
So I don't know if that was an urban myth or if that was,
I remember hearing the urban myth about it has to be an urban myth, but there's an urban myth going about that a guy was going with some girl and she was a wee dirty, right? And she was on her time of the month. So she was like, just wiring up my ass.
Oh.
Right? So he's like, all right then. Right? And this is the thing as well. I remember being like, Jesus Christ, I know nothing. Like, and I was 16 or 17. Someone told me the story and I was like, I do not know how the world works. I've led a very sheltered life. But the urban myth was going about that, this guy bummed this girl, and then he's like, and remember the kid telling me, he's like, and he pulled his cock out and she just shit all over the bed. So he was all fucked, and he ran in to get like something to clean the shit up with, and then he came back in and she was like rubbing the shit in her fanny. Have you heard that one? I remember that. I've asked Shane Todd about that, and he was like, I heard that story. Maybe it's just maybe it's just our class, our year.
The generation.
The class 2005, that was... Yeah. We were the generation with the girl.
Because it does change. Like, I mean, it was Prince that used to be Prince that removed his ribs to give himself a blowjob, and then as time went on, it became Marilyn Manson. Somewhere along the line. It was like, oh, that's a generational change.
And now Princes get removed because of blowjobs.
Yeah.
Hello, Andrew.
Can we call you Andy now? I'm ready to call you Randy Andy.
The pedo formerly known as Prince.
Not allowed to say that officially.
What? He's not a pedo? Oh, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Of course he's not a pedo.
Until they get sex.
Fucking look at him. Of course he's a pedo. They're all pedos. Every one of them.
Even the fucking... Anyway.
I
forgot which episode we're on.
Best luck, Andy.
Aye. Good luck in your extradition and your court case and all.
Aye. We're going to call it Your Highness, but now we don't have to. Yeah. So we've started early about fingering.
No, I think it's a nice topic to have a discussion about. And just we're fearful for the younger people that they don't get those life experiences.
I worry about it. I worry. Yeah. I mean, it's. Do you know what the thing?
And the thing is, things are happening earlier.
Yeah.
So to young people, male and female. So you're going. I'm hoping it's still around the 14, 15 mark, but it's not. You can nearly be sure.
I think about it this way. I think I've talked with a few people about this, and I know a lot of people who are like, I don't think the availability of pornography makes teenage kids try more aggressive sexual techniques. And they go, of course it would. Man, do you know how you know? Do you know how I know? Because I, at 35 years of age, still think about going bogeys when I'm in a quiet shop. Do you know what I mean? Like, you do copy the things you see on TV. And there's... If I'm going bogeys and hoping somebody else goes bogeys, and then I go bogeys, right?
I'm completely lost.
Deck and Dom,
no,
which is also a safe sex message. Mm-hmm. Deck and Dom were like they were kids presenters, yeah, and they would do a stunt where they would go into like a quiet shop. They play a game called Bogeys.
Oh, right. Okay.
The game was who can say bogeys the loudest before the other one backs out.
Right.
And I said it. James laughed. Jack laughed. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't because
you were probably 22 the time that came out. But even at that, we were still doing it. Like,
I mean, there's only 6 years between us, but it just shows you the generation gap can be massive.
It's insane. Do you know what I mean? I never had to put money on the TV.
No, but then that's you're middle class.
Nah, because you're fucking ancient. I just plugged the TV into the wall, and my man dad worked. So
that's what I mean.
Yeah, working class, not benefits class.
You need to go and do a bit of fucking politics.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'm used to it.
Well,
I'm used to being looked down upon by the middle class. It's fine.
Yeah, not just the middle class either. The working class looked down. Still had beard. It's not even a beard.
Leave my wee Gaza strip alone. That's my...
Your Gaza strip?
That's my Gaza strip there.
Your Royal Motus above it as well.
Nobody could have incur.
See what I did there? Gaza, Royal Moat. Gaza strip, Royal
I didn't know what you were doing there.
It's fucking roasting in here.
It's very warm.
I am boiling. I can feel my balls making soup.
It's tasty.
Yeah. Mugalatani.
Cockaliki.
Aye, there's a name somebody should change.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cockaliki sounds like whenever you don't want to say chlamydia in the doctor's office.
Have a wee dose of cockaliki.
Aye. Sharon, you wouldn't bring us in that kit, would you? Cockaliki. So, mulligatawny, right, is a soup. It's basically curry. So it's curry flavored. Yeah. And that's one of those soups I went, who named that? Because mulligatawny sounds like a fucking somebody who works in the Gaeltacht. Like, I'm heading away now. 2 weeks. 2 weeks in mulligatawny. What do you do there? Fuck all. There's only a shop.
A lot of fingering.
I have to go and ask for Bonya every day, whoever that is. Bonya.
I hear there was
Shameless Bonya. I hear double O hocked.
I hear there was a hip. That would have worked if you knew what the number for 7 was.
It. What the fuck is it? What the fuck? Shocked. I was. Oh no. I have another conversation a week.
He's a lying bastard. He was a Shane Todd's podcast, the cunt. That's all over fucking Instagram.
That was the week before.
Oh, was it?
That was the Friday before you gave me the world's deadliest disease. You cheeky bastard. Rubbing fucking sweat on me.
It wasn't sweat, it was snot.
Oh, well.
That's all it was.
Thanks, I've vaccine passport now. Oh my God.
The week that they're removing them.
I know. Fucking typical. Like, fucking trust me. Anyway, I'm going to Australia. See you later. Or am I? I don't know. I'm going to Australia. I'm not going to Australia. I'm going to Australia.
Fill in the right fucking form and you'll be alright.
I'll not be going to fucking France anyway.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god. Sorry, no, I've got a wee giggle in my head here.
I know. You can hear James in the background there. That's the additional fucking.
I'm very, like, I'm just so glad to be outside. And I did not mind being locked in the house for a week.
I bet
lovely.
you were a pro lockdown fan. The best you ever seen.
The only thing was I've never gagged so much as I was an altar boy taking them fucking tests. I'm a gay. Yes.
I was going to say, you're supposed to take 2 in a row. He took 4.
2 in a row? What do you think I am?
I think you fucking really enjoyed that, did you? 4 days in a row.
I took them every day. Just boredom. I wonder if I still got it.
That's what my gay friend says.
I tell you what,
bored.
Tell you what isn't seeing is how sensitive my gag reflex actually is. Like, do you know when you're doing a COVID test and you're going, right, where is it? And it'll go past my teeth. And I'm like, like if you were listening, it sounds like I'm eating it. Oh god, it's fucking disgusting. I'm glad I don't have to take another COVID test for 6 months because I've got antibodies now.
Do you not have 6 months? Is it?
Well, I'm not doing it for 6 months. Fuck. I
don't know. I don't know what the actual thing is. I don't know if it's.
I think it's 180 days. You've got antibodies for us. Right. So I'm way out licking. See you later.
So, in other words, Michael, you're welcome.
Thank you. I know. That's us, like a chickenpox party, but with Omicron. It is better if they get it young, you know.
I think I got the Delta. I don't think I got the mild one. We should.
Do you think you had Delta?
No, I do not. I think I had the fucking flu.
Well,
that's
it's not a hoax, Connor, right?
It's as bad as it wasn't as bad as in November 19. I've always talked about.
Aye.
That was the worst I've ever had, and there was allegedly no COVID about it at that stage.
Aye.
But
I have definitely had worse.
Yeah, you've had worse like cold or flus as well.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It is weird when you have COVID though. Like psychologically,
I was just going to say,
you start going. Is everything?
I was going to say there's more of a psychological impact, isn't there? Going, fuck, is this going to be? Am I going to be on a ventilator? You know what I mean?
Because when I was chatting to you, I was like, I think after 2 days I felt grand, and then about the 4th day I started feeling shit again, and you were like, that's what happened to me. You're in for a world of hurt now. And then I was like, did you get the shits? I texted him at one point. I was like, did you get the shits for COVID? The Connor goes, no. And I went, oh, must have been that cheesy gravy chip.
You see, you would have went because you didn't lose your taste or smell.
Aye.
So I didn't. I actually lost weight because I wasn't eating.
Well, no, in fairness,
I said to Jim, I wouldn't pay for something I can't taste.
Aye.
So I wasn't eating any takeaways. I was just eating.
Well, I had a weird thing where like first couple of days I went from like, oh, I'm not hungry, I have no appetite, and then you would just be starved, like out of nowhere you're like, fuck, I'm starving. Because
you are actually. That's the other thing I felt because. You're very fucking lethargic and the energy that you're burning. You need the food to bring up the energy. I realised that in the middle of it.
Yeah, because the amount I was sweating, I was changing my clothes every fucking 20 minutes. But the lethargic side of it, lethargy, I believe was the present tense. For like, I'm a lazy cunt as it is, right? And I love a nap. So I was like, fucking grand, stay in the house, sleep all week, brilliant, no problem. But there was a point where I went, oh no, this is definitely more than just me being lazy. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like I went to wash a bowl and just went, oh, I'm gonna be fucked. But it wasn't.
There were simple things, even just getting dressed, you're like, oh fuck that.
And it was.
That took it out of me.
But it was like, it wasn't like I couldn't be fucked doing this. It was like, I'm not doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like my soul was going, don't do it.
That's the point. You're gonna die, you know.
Fucking yeah, just lie down.
You're gonna be in ICU now within a week because you've no vaccine.
Just put Star Wars on again, mate. Just do it. Just watch Boba Fett.
Fuck what I wouldn't give to be lying for a week just watching TV. I wouldn't like that life forever. But just a week or 10 days or whatever of just PlayStation, TV, and nobody around me. That just sounds like pure fucking heaven. It
is a thing where like I when I'm sick, I want to be left the fuck alone. Mm-hmm. Like just let me fucking lie here and wallow and get over it. And there was a point where I was like, thank fuck I've got a flat. And because if this was my bedroom in my ma's house or something, I'd be fucking losing it. Because you can be messy over a wide space, so it doesn't really look that messy. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But not only that, my daughter had to do the isolating in the bedroom.
Aye.
So you're just getting food delivered to you. And you know, it is feeling like a prison thing, but if you're isolating in your whole entire property, happy days. You go room to room and all that.
It felt like it was in jail, but it was Jordan Belfort.
It was in fucking Butlins.
Aye, and I'll tell you this now that that I've done for any sort of cold or flu I've ever had in my life. If you've COVID, get into bed, get 2 blankets and a tracksuit, and sweat like fuck.
Sweat like fuck. That first night I got it, the sweating like
Jesus Christ.
Everything had to be changed because it was so.
I get into bed in a dressing gown, right, like a big fluffy dressing gown, and in the morning it weighed more. Do you know what I mean? It was like fucking hell. Like, have you ever taken a towel out of a washing machine early?
Yeah, it hasn't been rinsed yet.
Like I fully was like, fuck me.
Hasn't been finished. Yeah.
I was walking through my house. It looked like I had fucking killed Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like his presence is still here, but he's. I swear to God. But it is just strange how psychologically you go, fuck, is this it? Is this coming now? Is it coming now?
Well, that's what I mean, and then
I was doing disgusting things like farting. Going, oh my God.
Oh, that was the other thing I realised.
Couldn't smell your farts.
The first day back when I did, like, that is a scary fucking thing.
The first fart after COVID.
No, realising after 10 days.
The first fart.
The first fart I smelt. I was like, have they been smelling like that all week? Because they were just sort of releasing, you know what I mean? And I didn't, because I wasn't smelling, I didn't care. I was like, have I been doing that?
Just crop dusting everywhere, like I'm
fucking rotten.
And that's a shame too, because that's face it, everybody loves the smell of their own fart.
Oh, no, better.
There's not like even
when I got to smell my first one, I was like, oh, there you are, wee son, you're back again.
Naming your shites and all. There's nothing better than the smell of your own fart.
Oh, mighty. But the
pre-COVID even,
just in general. But eating food with no taste, that's a fucking.
Aye.
And the worst thing is, when it's something that you know that you like and it's been made and you know it's good.
Aye.
And you're eating away and you're going, oh, and like, all you can say is like, it feels lovely.
See, that's the thing that was getting me was like, I didn't lose my smell or taste. I lost my smell a wee bit, but again, just like as if I had a cold. Oh no. But there was a point where I was like, oh fuck, I can't smell anything. I can't. And I had a bunch of like really sour grapes in the fridge. And like ran straight to the fridge. I was like, oh, I think fuck. Do you know what I mean? So it was like tasting stuff I didn't like, just to make sure I didn't lose it. And I'm still like, I said it in the last podcast and then got COVID, but I'm genuinely interested to know what that feels like, and I'm a wee bit disappointed it didn't happen to me.
The taste and smell thing?
Yeah. I'm a wee bit annoyed that I was like, oh fuck, I never.
Well, you would have had it in your lifetime before. Obviously, when you get a cold, you would have had a blocked nose.
Aye.
But the blocked nose
isn't there.
Sort of no. Aye. So the blocked nose psychologically went, well, the reason I can't smell it because I can't breathe through my nose.
Aye.
But when you're actually sitting breathing, you're going, right, come on, there's someone that has to be there somewhere.
Aye. I did have a weird thing where there was a couple of times where my nose felt weird. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh fuck, I've never felt that before. I don't know if it was because we're constantly ramming sticks up it. Not even COVID test, just fucking. That's just how I eat Percy pigs or fucking poly pineapples. Yeah, I eat isolate like I'm taking coke because I love them. What's that? They're a joker. Fucking.
Give us a light of chalk pop there.
Oh, here, I love it. Do you know what? I never appreciated a chalk pop in my younger days, and I had one recently, and I was like, "Fuck, that's a good lolly now."
They're shite now.
Not as good as it used to be.
Not as good as it used to be.
I mean, sure, nothing is.
Oh, it just reminds me because I recently the Shed of Truth is now complete, and
it took you 2 years.
It took me 2 years.
Some watch I have.
That was a great watch, and I what dates on that? I found a load of shit from school, you know. Basically, I'd felt
Madeleine McCann.
I found a Madeleine McCann book, and my daughter was like, "Why have you got a Madeleine McCann book by Kate McCann?" I was like, "You're gonna give it to me." Random.
Happy birthday, son.
Some like, do you know? You ever?
Here's a book from missing girls, ma.
No, actually, she passed away, and I just took it all. You know.
Oh right, okay, that granny. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just a rude rant.
Right,
just to bring you down off your fucking horse there before you went straddling off through the countryside.
Here's a question about the Madeleine McCann book. Is it one of those like autobiographies where there's photos in the middle?
Yes.
Did you go straight to the photos?
Yes.
I did that with all the books.
All the time.
I used to do it in Eason's. I used to go into Eason's and look at autobiographies just to look at celebrities' houses. Fuck, look where Jordan grew up.
But I thought about this.
I
thought about this when I found this thing. So it was do you remember going out with girls at school and like if you made a been out with somebody? Well, at that time, I can't remember who it was. When I was going out with a girl and around about Christmas time, what do you want for Christmas? And as a joke, I was like, I don't want anything. Should I get to get something? I was like, get me pasta and sauce. Right? As a joke.
Aye.
She bought me a thing of pasta sauce. I found it the other day. right?
Did you keep it?
I have it, right?
You probably delete that, to be honest with you.
Well, this is the thing. So the expiry date was, I think it's February 1999.
Uh-huh.
And I was wondering, would you eat it for me?
Would I eat it?
Aye, if I give you 20 quid. It's only 23 years out of date.
Cook it and see what the crack is.
No, I'm not going to stand there and fuck. And that's
I'm not going to stand there and make a whole pasta and sauce.
And not be that.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Gordon Ramsay. Fuck me.
But the
Bucket in a pan with a bit of milk and then fuck off.
What do you see the size of the packet?
The packets, aye.
Compared to what you see now. I showed...
I don't want to fill a hole in your tooth.
Fuck. But
it's a pasta and sauce.
Wonder, would it be... What, like, do they put the expiration date on it to make people buy more? Or like it's dried powder?
I sometimes think that about like bottles of water. I'm like, why is there like, how's that happen?
Nah. Same the other day with a fucking Himalayan rock salt thing. Somebody put up about like the description is like 2,000-year-old Himalayan rock salt. I was like, oh fuck, it expires in 2 years.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Don't put that in your bath, whatever you do.
Yeah. But no, I seen it and I thought, fuck, I wonder if we could find somebody who would eat that. I didn't actually think of you, I thought of somebody else, but I'm just wondering, what do you give it?
Give me enough reefers, I'll fucking eat anything.
To the point I actually thought of making it for my daughter, not telling her. Because she loves pasta and sauce.
Mia or Ruby?
Mia.
That's because if you do it to Ruby, that's cruel.
I know she would eat that table.
It was the thing with pasta and sauce, because pasta and sauce used to be a side to your actual dinner.
Yeah, it was just
But now it's your dinner.
It's the dinner, yeah.
Which is do you know something else too? And this, I've never really been able to. I don't know if it's just when other people make food, it always tastes nicer. But I've never nailed pasta and sauce. I know it sounds stupid.
No, there's a skill to it.
There's
you need the milk.
getting it nice and
need
thick.
the butter.
Yeah.
And some people skimp on those things. Just do what?
Get the fucking right face. It's not a pot noodle. Like pasta and sauce is a difference from the old country.
My brother puts butter in pot noodles. No, he says it's a game changer. See, it was technically.
So I fuck up.
That worked actually. Yeah, that he would. And
have you ever had a pot noodle sandwich?
Yes,
Class.
very very good.
My sister used to eat those, and we used to always make fun of her because she'd put her pinkies up when she's eating it, but the noodles would all be hanging at like. Be like, you're a fucking monster. And then I was in uni and trying to I was trying to cultivate mass and build up the carbs. I ran out of food. The only thing I had left was a bit of bread and pot noodle. And I was starving, and I had a pot noodle sandwich the first time at 19 years of age, and was like, Jesus Christ, that woman will win the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm telling you, a Bombay boy fucking sandwich.
Oh Jesus, a Bombay.
Dip it back in it. It's so good to meet the balls.
Butter on the bread.
Oh fuck off.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have a curry chip sandwich? I'm my mouth's watering.
Oh no.
I've been eating fucking lean supper clubs all week. Share the lean supper club.
Why are we going to share it? Are we sponsored by it?
No, but I just bought a load of them.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking delicious.
Fuck. I was like, no, I don't want
delicious, nutritious, and you lose a wee bit of weight.
Imagine us getting fucking sponsored by fucking lean fucking meals.
Yeah. Both the before. What was I fucking saying there?
I don't know. You talked a little shit.
Curry chip sandwiches.
Curry chip sandwich. That is yeah. There's all the elements there I like. Curry chips.
Aye. Then you dip it back into the curry. So it needs to be white bread as well. Has to be fucking shitty. Like that white bread that goes out of date after the pasta and sauce. You know what I mean?
What about Melba toast with curry? Ever tried that?
No.
So fucking
anything with curry. I'd drink curry out of a fucking carton if
Melba toast. Big chance get some Melba toast. Some good fucking.
I can feel me wanting to go to Chinese now.
Oh Jesus!
But I'm not doing it.
Because you don't want to catch cold. No, that's not what happened.
Fuck.
So apart from that, I mean, did you watch anything good over the time you were?
Do you know what? I watched Dune.
Yes.
D-U-N-E.
Or Dune, as they call it in America.
Aye.
We do.
Yeah, I watched it on my fucking.
Happened in America when I asked.
I was going to go TV, but they said the same.
When I asked for a Mountain Dew one time in America, they didn't.
A rabbi came out and bucked you. Oh, what am I sugar at?
Fucking Seinfeld, herding sheep.
What is the deal? I've actually been watching Seinfeld. Here, hate to fucking break the news. See, Seinfeld shite.
No, it's not. If you get the first two seasons, they didn't know what they were doing, hadn't a clue.
Don't get me wrong, Kramer, the physical stuff,
unreal,
fucking hilarious. Do you know what annoys me about Seinfeld? The scenes end, but in the middle. Yeah. There's an awful lot of like, what are we gonna do? And then it just fucking, and they go, fuck it, next scene.
That was, yeah. So their motto was no hugs, no learning. So no hugs, no learning. So there's going to be no like resolve at the end of the episode. There's no happy end there.
No, but to me it was more like it. When I first watched the first couple of seasons, and I'm probably about season 3, but I've just had it on the background. Do you know what I mean? I've just had it like
4 is.
I've seen now. Yes, I'll agree it picked up, but the ones that I've watched, and this might sound weird, it felt to me like, oh, this is two stand-ups right in a sitcom, because the scenes where it stopped, it was like it felt like every episode was very set up punchline.
Yeah.
So they would just end halfway through a sentence or halfway through a fucking setup, and then later on it would kind of.
But then
resolve itself.
as time goes on, they figured out what the fuck they were doing, and actually becomes kind of meta in the sense that in the show, Jerry and George decide to write a sitcom.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Right.
And what's sitcom about? It's about nothing. Like, what do you mean it's about nothing? It can't be about nothing. It's about nothing.
Yeah.
Like, so you can see it all falling into place. But I think George Costanza is one of the best sitcom characters.
That's good. Like, I'll keep.
Do you keep at it? And honestly, when you get to the contest.
I've heard, yeah. Well, I've seen the fucking. The thing is, so James was telling me about the contest, and then it again, fucking the way phones work, it came up in my Facebook feed.
Right.
Because I've seen a lot of things for some reason, and it's just interviews with the cast members.
Right.
Talking about Seinfeld, and it always weirds me out whenever they're talking about a sitcom as actors. Like, have you ever heard the guy who played Father Jack talk about Father Jack, and you're like, what the fuck did you think you were doing?
But the good thing,
it's not fucking Oedipus Rex. Yeah, fucking.
Or
I like to really make the character, a hostile man, and you're like, all you do is say feck and drink and girls the odd time.
What do you call your
fucking
guy?
douche?
Nige from Love Hate.
Yes.
He's like, he plays such a fucking scumbag, and he is the poshest, nicest when you get him to.
It's like Frank Gallagher from Shameless.
He's, what do you call him? Thanos. He's Thanos' right hand man. You know, what do you call the fucking ugly looking guy that comes down and he's like, oh Lord, this is yours.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
Nige from Love Hate. He's Irish.
Fuck me.
He does the voice, but it's fucking mental. That's the way he actually talks.
Aye.
But when you're watching Love Hate, you've seen him being an absolute scummy drug dealer. It's fucking brilliant.
Tell you what, fair play to him, because there's a line in Endgame where I've got a thing where I like people that can play really fucking like bad guys that make me go, I fucking hate you.
But I love you.
Like Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter, the wee pink teacher.
Absolutely.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I hate her.
What's her name?
I always forget. But there's a line that your man says in Endgame where he's like, I will take it from your corpse. And I'm like, oh, you're a cunt. Oh, if I was in a room with you, boy, I'm telling you, you'd get one of them there.
But no, and when you're watching Seinfeld, you see that, what do you call him? Seinfeld can't act.
Oh, yeah, he's really bad.
It becomes like almost.
He's like that the whole time.
And it's almost like a running joke. It gets worse.
Yeah.
He's constantly smiling and he just cannot. And then they embrace that. It goes through, it's very, very smart.
There's a few times I've looked at Jerry Seinfeld and it looks like he's saying their lines before.
He doesn't know. It's brand new to them all. Like, it wasn't at the time.
I watched Seinfeld. I watched Dune. And I think I texted you. I bought the book. I haven't started reading the book yet. But
the Book of Dune?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
But it was one of those things where it was like, because I didn't get, I was like, I don't get the fucking hype around this thing. Like, I know everyone was like, oh, the middle of reading me it down. Oh my fucking god. Oh, right. And I was watching it, like, I don't understand fucking a single bit of it. I have no idea what's going on. But by fuck, this is a class movie.
It looks
fucking phenomenal. Do you know what?
It's grand. Like, I mean, it's slow as it's slow as fuck. Like, but I think it's because the original Dune got such a fucking cult following.
Yeah,
and they didn't have the budget and blah blah blah. And then the cult following is built. So then it's like most things on the internet is led by nerds.
Aye.
So the nerds have really like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And yeah.
Do you know what I loved about it? It looked like an 80s sci-fi movie now.
Yeah, and that's
the
what
lighting, the sort of like the drippy. I love that kind of like early Ridley Scott.
Yeah,
James, like fucking, there's steam everywhere, and it's either soaking or too dry. Like nothing's comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Everything looks like, fuck me, that looks like shit. I hate. Oh god, that looks awful.
Yeah. I wouldn't have rated it as being a great film, to be honest with you. Enjoyable film, I should say. It was well shot and all that crack and well acted and blah blah blah. But
yeah, it was. But weirdly, I'm going to watch the second one when it comes out. I'm going to.
Yeah, I definitely want to.
I'm not going to cinema, but
no, yeah, same as that. Yeah.
I also watched, and I fucking paid for it because I don't know how to work a computer. And I like watching stuff on my TV, so I'll just buy it on Amazon. But the new Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Did you? No, we talked this last week. We fucking talked to this last week. Are you buying stuff again?
Yeah. Man, I'm loaded, like. Not anymore. Went and bought an Oculus fucking Quest last night.
Didn't I?
I did. I haven't opened it yet. I'm taking it back. I can't. I went in, man. This is, oh my god, right? This is how much of a fucking flirt I am, right? I went in. I had to go and get a link taken on my watch, right? So I went over to the shopping centre. I was like, right, fucking, I'll get the link taken on the watch. And there was a point where I'm standing in the shop, right? And I can hear this wee girl hammering away at the watch. And I was like, she's broke that. I don't know why, but I was like, I can hear her panicking. Like, she's going, yeah, sure, I can do this. And then it was like, because she didn't charge me for it, so I'm still waiting for this to explode or something. But it was like empty shopping centre, so I'm walking about it like fucking feel like I'm in Dawn of the Dead. I was like, I'll just call in the game and have a look, right? But it was like, we've got a PlayStation 4 in the house with a million games. I haven't fucking time to play them. And when I do play them, I just play the same one for like for an hour, or I'll play one I've already played again or whatever, right? So I just went in the game and I was like, just had a wee look, and the guy behind the counter was like, you in for anything in particular, Mick? And I was like, oh, we know who I am. And he was like,
he didn't say Mick, did he?
He did. And I went,
you went, it's Mr. Bartlett.
Yeah, I was like, it's Monsieur Bartlett. I was like, nah, I'm just in browsing, like. And I was like, do you know what? Like, I joked. I was joking about it. I went, I'm constantly trying to stop myself from buying an Oculus. And he just like stepped to one side and was like,
the lights just
and I was like, oh man, because I played one before. I was like, oh man, they're so much fun, blah blah blah. And he was like, they're like when they're only 300 quid. And I was like, nah, man, I really can't be getting them. And he was like, come on, a couple of gigs, do you know what I mean? Like, you'd be alright, like, you're funny as fuck, mate. And I'm like, stop it, you skitter. And he's like, mate, my glitterous genius. I'm like, give me the fucking Oculus, you're buzzing you. And then I got back to my house.
So for anybody working in retail, when you see Bartlett come
just give me one of them. And exactly.
That's it. Commission out the fucking wazoo.
But I got back to the house and I was like, I need new tires, right? And I was like, I can't sit in my fucking flat with an Oculus headset on and a fucking busted sofa sitting beside me, and she hates it when I call her that. And I'm like reading the receipt, like, all right, as long as I don't open it, I can take it back. So I have to take it back tonight because I couldn't allow myself. Man, I will strap a bag to my ass and just shit in the sofa. Like, I fucking won't. I know. If I play Star Wars on the Oculus fucking Quest, I'm never leaving the house again.
But here's what I don't understand.
I'll be phoning my fucking agent being like, cancel that tour. Cause
this is what I don't understand. That there, I can understand the £300 Oculus Rift thing. It's the fucking paying for the movies. So, like,
but they're dead cheap. Part of the games are like only 15 quid or something like that.
No, the movies you pay for.
Oh, the movies I pay for on Amazon? Oh. Yeah, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm getting an Oculus. I mean, it's because I'm sitting there and I'm like...
I did also watch the Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Do you know what?
I didn't pay for it, obviously.
A fine, entertaining movie.
It's alright.
I
see at the end.
Oh my god, because here's the thing, and you have to admit this, and I'm sorry to any people who love sci-fi movies, but the original Ghostbusters movies aren't that fucking good. I'm sorry, they're not amazing. Like, I
think I know I do get where you're coming from, but I think if you apply a context to it of what was out at that time, but now they haven't aged well. Maybe. I
also have like they haven't aged at all. They're still just the Ghostbusters movies. But I have this thing where I'm like, there's certain actors in the world that I go, I don't know how the fuck you've got so big, and Dan Aykroyd's one of them.
You talked about this before, and we talked about.
I absolutely just look at that. Dan, like Bill Murray is funny, but you look at that cast of people and go, "This is the ugliest bunch of people I have ever fucking."
But Aykroyd was fucking brilliant in Saturday Night Live. Like, he was like,
but fuck Saturday Night Live.
But I mean,
also, I'm sorry to say it, I don't like the Blues Brothers movie.
All right, okay.
I like the music. I think the fucking it's great. But there's something about it where I go, and then I feel like I go, "Am I a shit stand up because I don't like this?" Like,
I think it's just the context again. You're not looking at the time of, because you have to do that. Do you not think with some films like what did I watch the other day?
Schindler's List. You have to really look at context of that one. Otherwise, it just looks like fucking rawhide. Round him up.
North by Northwest, the Hitchcock movie.
Right.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
So I'd always want to see it. It was classic and all the rest. But when I was watching it,
that's about the Dunlops, isn't it? Isn't it?
They call the sequel 200.
No.
So when I watched it, I was like, oh my god, because you can see like really bad editing and really bad, trying to do like things that we take for granted now, but they're trying to overlap two scenes together, and it looks really. So you have to give it the context of going at that time that would have been blowing people's minds because nobody had done it before. But to watch it now, you're going, "Fuck, it looks fucking."
I suppose Blues Brothers still hold the record for the most car crashes in a.
Yeah, well, I think they did, and I think I was in Chicago when they were recording the second attempt.
Really?
Because remember Blues Brothers 2000 came out?
Yeah.
So I think they purposely tried to break their own record.
Right.
I think somebody can check that for me, but because I was in the hotel in Chicago and I was like, "What the fuck is going on out there?" With my uncle, he was like, "Oh, they must be recording something."
Or it was just Chicago.
It was just Chicago, but I didn't know what they were recording. And then, like a year later, in the film came out, I was like, "Oh, fucking, we were sitting." Could have been in watching.
Fuck's sake, could have been down meeting Dan Aykroyd and John Goodman.
Big John.
Well, Dan, huh? What about her? How's she getting on? I've also, for some reason in my head, I'm just replaying a cowboy rounding up Jews in the Holocaust now. I've got what a crossover that would be. What a multiverse. Rawhide and Schindler's List. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep that choo-choo rolling. Now switch. Round him up! Yeah!
Where's all those horses and wagons going to? They seem to go with people and go back empty. God. What's happening?
It'd be good, like. Get off the train and into the oven, Pilgrim.
I'm not going further.
Yeah, just one guy. Like all the Nazis, like this guy is he's a lot. He is very vibrant, yeah. Yeah. I'm German Jew. Hey, how you doing there, gobbles? Yeah.
Gobble.
He's just really good crack all the Nazis. Hey, comes Adolf. Hey, Volkswagen Dolph. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wasting bullets. Like, I wish he would just shoot the Jews instead of the sky. It's the gas bill is through the roof. Yeah.
What about him there?
Hey, the little girl's writing a diary. Fuck that. Yeah.
Oh, that didn't work.
Just walking up and down. Y'all very welcome to Bergen-Belsen. I hear y'all got some questions. Well, first thing we're going to do, take your shoes off. You're in luck. It's Taco Tuesday. Bad news is you motherfuckers ain't getting none. Nah.
Bad news is you won't be here for Thursday.
We got some cannibal Nazis in here. They're having ribeye steaks.
Small portions, but.
Oh my word. Sorry.
I know.
So I watched Ghostbusters.
Nice to get you out again, Mike. Nice to get you out. The Afterlife, indeed, yeah.
Watched Afterlife?
Did. I actually took your advice and binge watched that as well, of course. Unbelievable. He's a cunt, like. He is a cunt.
You don't like Gervais?
I love him, but he's a cunt at how good he is. And a cunt. And a cunt at. Because he did it. Do you remember the comic relief video he did? There was like Jamie Oliver's in it and Bono and all these different.
No.
Yeah, no. So he had a thing because he did it in the first season or the second season of The Office. His ability to cry on spot.
Man, I've said this a million times.
Fucking
Ricky
unreal.
Gervais. There's again, it's the same as like the bad guys, actors who cry on screen and make me go, "Fuck, I'm going to go here." So Tom Hanks is one of them.
Yeah.
And Ricky Gervais. See the scene in Invention of the Lion when Ricky Gervais is telling his ma about heaven.
Yeah.
Now, whatever you think of that movie, it's good crack or whatever. But that one scene, I'd be in the house like fucking
He did it with
holding a cushion. Like, oh, fuck me.
he did it with Brent when Brent didn't want to be sacked in the office.
Yep.
He broke that breakdown.
Fantastic.
Like, fuck me. And then he did
Derek.
it with Andy Millman in Extras at the end when he's in the Big Brother house. Real break. I was like, you can't. And then I don't know how many times throughout that Afterlife he got me. I was like, fucking bastard.
I swear to God.
Tears dripped
I
me.
started
was like,
watching. I started watching season 3, and I was like, I swear to fuck, if this dog dies, I am going to fucking.
No. Is it his dog?
No,
it's not his dog. Okay, right.
Because I was watching an interview with her. He said he nearly cried on the last day.
Right.
Because he was like mates with the dog now.
Oh, okay, yeah. And he's done something he's always, for me personally, he fucking has now a song that I loved is now everywhere because he put it in. So Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell. Mm-hmm. You'll see that the answer.
Cave the Tellerman from Extras as well. It's one where I go, that's a great song.
But again, it wasn't an. It becomes. I didn't know that song, so you know what I mean. Gervais introduced me to that song. And but to know a song and you're like, oh, this is a song that is famous, but it's not well known. Yeah. And then hits the mainstream and you go, for fuck's sake! Now every time I play it in the playlist, now people go, oh, it's from Afterlife. No,
I think there's certain bits of Afterlife. I'd need to watch it. I actually want to go back and watch the first 2 again. But see, in the third one, and this doesn't really spoil anything, when he throws that plant through the back of the window, you go, fucking right, mate.
Mighty. Pure class. Everything about it was brilliant, I have to say. And I don't know why I held off. I had watched the first season, 1 episode or 2 episodes. Yeah. I know the other thing when you're watching the way, like with the eyes of, okay, how do they write this sort of thing? Yeah. You love watching Gervais because they're going, you basically wrote your life, but you basically wrote how you dress. Yeah. You don't have to do any accents. You don't have to do anything strenuous. There's no, and you can just come to it. That's probably how he dresses. Yeah.
I was seeing him, it was on the One Show or something like that, where he basically goes, he just thought of what would I be like if I lost everything, and that's he's talking about his partner.
If you were G and I, if you were his long term partner, you'd be going, fuck me, because I mean that is basically what a love letter to her. Aye, you know this is how he thinks he would be without her.
And is he 60 now?
He'd be 60. He would be.
Yeah, Jim Carrey 60 the other day as well.
Mm-hmm. They've been him and her have been together for over 30 years. Yeah, right. They've been a long time together.
I have a lot of time for him. I think he's fucking great. I think I know a lot of people go, like, as a stand-up, you're kind of looking at it going, he's not a great stand-up, but there's certain bits where you go, I've never thought of that.
It's genius. Some
see the way,
stuff there.
Have you seen the thing where he talks about, and on his recent one, he talks about Twitter, and he's like, I'll tweet something out to however many followers, but it's not to you. And then people get angry. And he equates it to going, like, it's like being in a town centre and seeing a sign that says guitar lessons, and you go, but I don't fucking want guitar lessons. There's a number here. Hi, are you guys in guitar lessons? Yeah, I don't fucking want them. And I'm like, that's such a fucking great way to just break down what Twitter is like.
Absolutely. So there we are. Afterlife as well. I'm trying to think about that. Oh, did you watch the new Matrix?
Not yet. I've heard it's dog shit.
Mental.
I've heard it, yeah.
Mental, and yes.
No kung fu.
No kung fu. Mental to the point where I need to rewatch it again to see is it dog shit.
Yeah.
But the first time watching it, going, this is fucking. So again, it was like, you know, you're sort of engrossed because it's a Matrix. And you know so much about the first films, and you don't know if you're looking at it going, is this shit or is this, you know what I mean? But the fact you had to ask that question,
means it's shit. That's the way I was whenever I saw like Prometheus and things like that, where you go, am I just not getting this?
Yeah. Even because you know the world and you know everything about it.
The Star Wars sequels. Am I just fucking not understanding what's going on? Am I thick?
Is Jar Jar Binks really brilliant?
That's the prequels actually, and they're not that bad compared to the sequels.
I haven't watched all the sequels.
Oh my god! Force Awakens, lovely love letter to the Star Wars fans.
Yeah, that's the one I have watched. Yeah, the first one. Yeah, okay.
Good crack. Oh we romp. Oh my god. The Last Jedi. You go. What the. So basically what happens is they set all this stuff in The Force Awakens, then The Last Jedi comes out and goes, remember all the stuff from the last movie? Bullshit, forget about it. And you go, fuck, I was hoping for answers from the first one.
Oh, does it not give any of that? Oh,
no. Jesus. And then the third one comes back because your man Rian Johnson, the second one got so badly fucking received.
Rian Johnson
that he quit and J.J. Abrams came back.
That's right. I knew all the sort of background stuff.
So the third one is like, do you remember in the second one we told you the first one didn't happen? I forget.
Oh no!
So it's just 2 movies setting up things and then addressing things that never happen. And Waste Adam Driver, I love. I think he's the best actor in the world.
You have a lot of love for the.
He's another one when he cries on screen. You go fuck. Like you don't. It doesn't make you want to cry, but you go fuck. He's raging. Like he's got a fantastic wet face.
Yeah.
when he's fucking fuming. His eyes are all dripping and his lips, and you're like, fucking hell.
What else is? I've seen a fucking load of stuff. I watched a load of stuff over that time, that isolation time.
Aye.
And I had like 3 fucking stabs at most things, but I got to watch them.
I've been watching that Boba Fett series on Disney Plus.
Well, what's the story with
Shit.
it? Is it?
It's not great.
No. I'm going to watch the new. I'm afraid to, but I'm going to watch the new Dexter. I'm going to.
I've heard that's dog shit as well. That's what I was going to say. There's a bit. I saw a clip from The Matrix where I'm guessing somebody's going to come fucking fight Neo and all the gang, and someone's like, "Can you still fly?" And he does, like the niggle down and the ground goes, and then he just does a wee jump and can't fly. And I was like, "This is Bill and Ted in The Matrix."
It's really weird. It's so in and of itself. It's meta again, as they called it.
Which is fancy talk for up its own hole.
No, I mean self-referential, so it's constantly referring to the original.
Aye.
So in the whole concept is the original movies we know,
or a video game,
game made by Mr. Anderson. He's the developer of it. So it's constantly scenes of that and going back to that, and it's going. Even the opening scene is the opening scene of the first Matrix, where Trinity runs the wall, and that's happening. And as it's happening, going, is this shot for shot the same? And then you realize it's a different girl, and you're like, oh fuck, it's not even Trinity. You know, it's all weird together.
Fuck it. I'll just leave.
And Morpheus, Morpheus.
Does it ruin the other Matrix movies?
It genuinely feels like it doesn't have anything to do with them.
Aye, because that was kind of like when I saw
I like the trilogy. I like the fact that, and I know what they were trying to do. It was all about a transgender journey and what it symbolized and all that sort of stuff.
Aye.
But this one, I don't know what the fuck they're symbolizing.
Tell you what, that's a fucking. If that's what it's like in the head of a trans person, I wish I was trans. I didn't think like. How did you know? How did you know you're in the wrong body? Well, I was lying in bed one night and I thought, well, imagine giant robots with machine guns fighting giant robots that look like squids. Fuck me. And then you cut your dick off. That's mad.
What else?
I was lying in bed one time thinking, what would it be like to take a cum shot? And I was like, woo. And I just thought, fuck it, no tits. I was lying in bed. I remember when it was like my mum was putting me into a pair of trousers, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if somebody could give you a pill and then you woke up in a waistband? Also, I'd love to have a period. I hope nobody thinks I'm trans. I'm such a big fan of the trans movement, but
doesn't sound like it.
No, here, fuck up. Everybody knows I'm a fan of it, but I don't think. I think that's just to sell the movie. I don't believe that the 3 Matrix movies were a manifestation of her sexuality, because that makes fucking no sense.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Take it up with the Wachowskis.
Oh, they're both trans, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Lana and Lily were Larry and... Sorry for dead naming them and all that. Right?
Aye.
Yeah.
Larry Wachowski.
Larry Wachowski.
It does kind of sound...
What the fuck is the other boy's name? Oh, anyway, Lily and Lana is the names now.
Aye.
Yeah, but I mean that's maybe it is a marketing tool. I don't know, but that's what they. But when you watch, I thought they came to the end perfectly on the trilogy. There was no need to come back. I assumed, and I did see an interview somewhere where it was more of a case of let's get the team back together again. But then I was like, what's Lawrence Fishburne's not there?
Aye.
And the rest of the cast,
I know Hugo Weaving was that a scheduling thing or something?
Is that what it was?
Which might have been a polite way of him going, I read that script and went, that's dog shit.
Dog shit, aye. When I seen Rob Morgan on it, I thought, what's going on here?
What do you call it? Barney from fucking...
and Barney from fucking... Did you see How I Met Your Father, is it?
I've seen that. See, How I Met Your Mother's a weird one. I never liked How I Met Your Mother as a sitcom. I just used to watch it and go, I don't see the point in this. I've done for a fucking long time. Oh my God.
I just don't understand how they get so long. It's fucking mental.
I remember when Big Bang Theory came out, I quite liked it.
Oh, initially I loved it, yeah.
And then it did get that stage where like... But there's a lot of sitcoms like that. Like The Goldbergs I thought was fucking amazing. And again, I'm like, you should have stopped this a while ago.
Yeah. But I think the hard thing with Big Bang Theory was watching fucking Johnny Galecki, and you're going, you're nearly 50, mate.
I hear he looks good for it, though, in fairness to him.
Still, you were in Roseanne, you can't.
That's the thing.
The first time
every time somebody from Roseanne popped up, I go, you're Roseanne. Hey, fuck, you're Roseanne.
You're fucking Blossom.
Aye. Also, I'd seen.
You weren't a Blossom? Blossom wasn't your age.
Blossom.
No.
Never heard of it.
Blossom was like she was the main character, Blossom, and it was kind of like I don't know what you would call it, like a lead up to Dawson's Creek type thing. It was like she was a teenage girl and blah blah. So she's Shelton's woman. What do you call her? Amy? Is it?
Yes.
She was Blossom. So she was
right.
She was a big star back in the day.
Yeah. Do you know what I always liked about Big Bang Theory was the girl who plays, what do you call the wee squeaky voiced one?
Oh, aye.
Melissa Rauch.
Class tense. Have you seen her in? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Was it FHM or something in magazines or some? FHM was a fucking long time ago. Was it maybe Vogue or something? She was the front cover. I was like, what the?
Aye. Ba-bam. Ba-bam.
Jesus.
Ba-bam. It's called Big Buck Theory. That's what I'd like to give you. A big buck in theory.
In theory only.
In theory. Oh, right, obviously.
In reality, it'd be a wee buck.
It just wouldn't even be a wee buck. Sure, but in the house a week and a half. It's just me wiping my willy and going, listen, sorry about that.
Never mind the flakes.
Aye. It's more like, no, that's here. That's all good now. There's like a dolphin's back again.
Oh, no way.
Fucking right.
No sausage roll no more.
Not at all, sir. I'm telling you.
Now it's vegan now, boy.
Oh, look, the backs of my hands are all white again. All normal size.
I didn't.
Not showing you the front.
I didn't notice colour in the back of white, and I was like, yes.
Feet's white again. All fucking. No, I'm telling you, boys. They say you can't beat psoriasis, but you can't.
You're a fucking.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You're a warrior as well.
Some psoriasis warriors.
And a COVID warrior? Were two COVID warriors?
COVID warrior, man. Yeah. Fucking two armies I don't want to be part of again. COVID warrior. Why does everybody have to be a fucking warrior now? Like, do you know what I mean? That bugs the shit out of me.
Unreal.
Fucking eczema warrior.
Can you not be a battler?
No, but just fucking have eczema. Yeah. Just be an itchy cunt like the old days.
Be avoided like
I'm
the
a
plague.
fucking colitis warrior. Bet your toilet looks like fucking Bobby's Hand's bedroom. There's a dead politician in it. Here. Thanks for listening. If you want to join the Patreon, you can see the videos and see my lovely yellow top. I'm going on tour in a couple of weeks. Here, if you live in Oma, buy tickets to that. You fucking...
what's going on?
Fucking hell.
Apart from the fact it's an art centre, nobody wants to go to it.
I know, it's a Thursday night too. I wasn't paying attention whenever I fucking booked that one. But yeah,
Should've been in dailies.
the rest of the shows are starting to sell out. So if you want to go see me on tour, go to shine.night for tickets. And we're going to jump across now to Patreon, do some questions from our listeners.
Thank you very much.
So thanks very much for listening. It's glad to be back out of the house. Connor, thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you both. Thank you for listening.
It's been fantastic.
Thanks for watching. All the best. And listen, Lana Wachowski, I'm sorry I made that joke, but you couldn't really off it. I'm a big fan for Bloody. But Matrix 4 is shite apparently, so... What's up, motherfuckers?